Hello everyone, welcome to the press conference for Sentinels after the defeat against Furia. We're here with the assistant coach Dayos. We'll start with the questions from the room, then we'll go to the Discord.
Hello, Dayos, Matheus from Uncut Sports. What you surprised about the Brazilian play style?
Hello, Mateus? Hello? Hello? Is it Mateus?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, nice to meet you, Mateus. I think compared to LCS, CBLOL is a lot more aggressive. They find a lot more opportunities to make plays in the early game. In LCS, you see a lot of like full clear into dragon, and even when our match versus Red Commits, right, they did 4 camp gank into the bottom. So I would say that was the most, I wouldn't say surprising because we know about it, but it's the difference between knowing that you're going to get punched in the face and then actually getting punched in the face, right? So that would be it. That would be my answer.
Hey, Ernest from T3LG. So my question is about the drafts. I think, like in my opinion, you guys lost some opportunities in the draft. Did you agree with me, or do you think different? What about your feeling in this draft?
Thank you, Arnis. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the times you go into the draft phase with a specific plan, and the enemy team also has their own plan. For ourselves, game 1, we were really happy with the Veigar into the Ahri, and this is a matchup that we've scripted in the past. What ended up happening in game is that we were in these standoff situations where we weren't really able to kind of execute. So even though I would say that it's really easy to look at game 1 and be like, okay, all they have to do is just press R and go in. Ourselves, we get data that makes it seem like it's good, and I think if we play like a little bit better, right, then that draft could be won, or that game could be won. Game 2, I think this is the one that many people are probably going to think that there was a mistake because we gave them their Ashe Seraphine. They also had Skarner to Pantheon. They had very easy to execute team fight comp that scales well into the late game. And when you see one team and they have Pantheon, they have Jin, they have Bard, and then they lose the early game, it's like, okay, at that point, what are we supposed to do with our champions? I want to really compliment the players because when we fell behind, you saw that we were, still trying to make plays to come back into the game. Maybe we're becoming a little Brazilian ourselves, trying to make the plays happen. But yeah, I mean, if that happens, the gameplay, it doesn't matter what champions we're playing. But the thing is that even though I say this, right, as coaches, as part of the coaching staff, we always have to figure out how to set our players up for success. So going into tomorrow, I promise you that we're going to look at the drafts, we're going to see what worked, we're going to see what isn't, and we're going to be a lot stronger going into C9. I forgot to mention game 3 too, actually. It might be surprising to see like the Gwen and the Yone, but even though we haven't pulled this off on stage before, we have played it in scrims.
Just a follow-up. So you think it's more about scouting the champions that the other team play, or just like only gameplay? It's the way you guys can win.
So I think knowing what the enemy team is good at is really important, especially in Fearless. I don't know if this is too much of a leak, but we're not dumb. We know that they're good at certain champions. We had a draft plan to take away the Yunara away from Ayu. He's 7 wins on it. Right, I think it's 100% win rate, and I wouldn't say that people think of us as like a very strong Yunara team, but that was like the idea going into it, and the hope was as Fearless was progressing, we would retain more and more of our champions. I think if we won game 3, a lot of Furious champions that they had, they would be out of the pool, right? But going into tomorrow, C9, it's within our own region, we're very familiar. I think there's a big chance that we're going to prioritize the champions that make us good, that make Sentinels really good. And we're just going to use that and hopefully beat them. We will beat them, actually.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
We go to the questions from the Discord. The first one is from Paul from Inside Esports. Now you got a second chance at Cloud9. What do you need to clean up to get another shot at Furia?
Thank you, Paul. I think both C9 and Sentinels, we haven't shown the best early games in Brazil so far. So I think whoever comes out in the early game will have a big advantage. But I think the most important thing is who's able to actually execute these team fight situations. I think today we were very scared in some moments. I think we could have taken up more space. We could have played with more ego. If you saw, is it Gigo? Is that how you pronounce it? Gigo. He just shows up and he just SRs Zion just on mid lane, just like what's going on, right? Who does he see? What does he know? And that's the type of confidence and arrogance that we need to show versus C9. We need to walk up to APA and just go, okay, what are you gonna do about it? Because C9 as a team, they were very good at this in NA. I feel like they didn't show this strength in CBLOL, like in this tournament. So if they don't do it tomorrow and we do, we will win.
Next question is from Buddy.
Hello, I'm sorry for the loss. I'm Dottie from Dottie. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, your name's Dun?
Dottie.
Donnie, okay.
Dottie, like
Dottie.
the Nemo's fish.
Oh, with the team?
Yes.
Okay, Donnie, my bad.
Yes, okay. Wait, okay, let's go to the question. My question is about playing against Furia. What was the hardest part about facing them?
Hardest part about facing Furia, or Furia as I hear it. I think they were a lot better as a team. I think that they were punishing a lot of the small mistakes that we were doing. I think their jungle support was very connected today. And I think Tati's a very talented player, so when he's connected with his support, the game can become very hard. I also think in team fights, we were misplaying, but if you misplay and the enemy team doesn't punish you, then it doesn't matter. And they were punishing us. And like I mentioned prior, there was just a lot of confidence in the way that they were playing. In the Baron situation, Tatu goes in, goes out, goes back in, and now we're all 4-man clumped in the Baron. It's like, if he didn't do that, if he just left, what happens? We get Baron, we leave, the game becomes a lot harder. So I would say that would be the main thing that I think made Furia different today compared to us.
Thank you.
Next question from Marsh.
I know this guy actually. He's from NA.
I don't see them at the Discord, so we go ahead to Ian from Icy Sports.
Hey Dayos, can you hear me well?
Yeah, Ian?
Yeah, Ian.
Okay.
Good evening. I'm Ian Teixeira from Icy Sports. Sorry for your loss, but you guys choose to play to the Ashen Seraphim bot lane in game 2. I
Yeah.
believe Furia has found a lot of success within Brazil. What was the idea behind your approach to counter Furia's bot lane, and do you think it was effective, since even despite the loss, the game was very close?
So the approach in that game was, in League of Legends and drafting, there are situations where you have to be willing to trade power picks. So very possibly, we could have been the other side of the coin. We could have first picked Ashe. They will take Skarner, maybe they'll go MF Seraphine, that's what we were thinking that they were going to do. But they take Pantheon, right? And it will be the Skarner side. But in that decision, we decided to prioritize the Pantheon and give them the Ashe Seraphine. We go Jhin Bard. The idea here is that we will be the team that is a lot more aggressive. We have the game in our hands. We have the ability and the tools to kind of push it forward. What ended up happening is that we didn't push the game forward, so they were able to scale. I think as a bot lane, Ayu and Jojo, we weren't thinking of them as like a very strong laning bot lane. We were thinking of them as like a very strong team fighting and mid-game bot lane. So we thought picking these champions would give us an advantage. Unfortunately, right, we weren't able to create that advantage. But I think that's not really about our players playing that. I think they did a really good job.
Arsh didn't send his questions, so we'll end up here.
Okay.
Sorry for your loss, and good luck tomorrow.
It's all good. Thank you guys.